Finally got it. All right. We're going to talk today about how, can y'all hear me out there? Am I clear? Give me a 1 or 2 or 3. Put a number out there. Just let me know. And we will get into it. Write something in the comments saying I'm coming through. Sorry about the little technical fiasco, but we are up in bit. We are running now. And the title of my, okay, good. The title of the stream is going to be Technology is Going to Create a Permanent Underclass. I don't know if y'all been watching the news or watching other things, but I'm gonna zoom in so you all can see. But in society, we have a lot of problems. And y'all know my background is computer science and I focus on automation. I even mentioned this on Erica's channel on Friday. And society as a whole is going to create a permanent underclass of people. And what I want to do is to try to prevent people. What I want to do is try to prevent people from becoming one of those permanent underclass people. I'm guessing, let me see, guess wouldn't be the correct word. I'm pretty confident. I said Friday, 80 to 85% of people will be in this permanent underclass. And the reason I'm saying that is because of how technology is eliminating jobs, how people are just not really taking life serious. And I looked at an article earlier. So here we go right here. Let me zoom in. Permanent underclass. Yeah. Oh, nice to meet you, Michelle. So this is an article. I clicked on this a little while ago before I did the stream. This is from the New York Post. And as I told y'all, anytime you watch my stream, I like to have reputable sources. So this is the New York Post. This is from 2016, which will be about 7 years. And here we go. There you go. So that way y'all can see it. Almost half of America could become the new permanent class. I want everybody to remember this is before the pandemic. This is before a lot of other things have happened. And they're talking about the political side of it, but we're taking politics out of this. Most Americans are going to be part of the permanent underclass. And a lot of it has to do with choices. A lot of it has to do with education. And a lot of it has to do with no upward mobility in society. And I can become part of the permanent class. The listeners, the people viewing this video, anyone can come be part of, anyone can become a part, anyone can become part of this permanent underclass. One of the things people need to do to avoid this is to make sure, as I've said numerous times, you have a transferable skill set, you have a savings account, and you actually know what you're doing with your money. These are some of the major ways I put that. These are some of the major ways you can avoid to become part of the permanent underclass. It's going to be a lot of people. And I'm going to go through some other articles because I like to show actual data of this stuff instead of just talking and let people actually see the information for themselves. So this was back in 2016. I looked at the census. I think it was about a week or two ago. We have 331 million people in the United States. The average income, which I will pull that up right now, the median income. And a lot of the income, the reason the income is higher is because of the stimulus money from the Trump administration and from the Biden administration. So when we take all of that out, the average American is not making any money. So that's why people's tax bills jumped up this year. That's why people have more to claim. So we're going to look right here. When it comes up. Okay. Y'all have to excuse me. There's been raining a lot, and it usually does not take this long for a page to come on. Let me go here. Median income 2000. There we go. I don't know what's wrong with that page. So here we go right here. So before people lie to y'all and block and try to tell you something else, this is according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is a reputable source. So according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median weekly income, including overtime, for the average full-time FTE American was $1,041. So we're just going to do $1,041 times 52. That comes out to $54,132 a year. What I want y'all to do out there in YouTube land, take a calculator out, and I want you to think about this. Let's divide 54,132 divided by 12. That's $4,511 a month. If you divide that by 4, that is about $1,127 a week. So you have $4,511. Out of $4,511 with taxes, you might bring home $3,700. So let's say you bring home 36 to be safe. 3,600 minus $2,000 rent leaves you $1,600. If your car payment is $500, that leaves you $1,100. If your light bill is $250, that leaves you $850. We haven't even talked about internet, food, savings, credit card bills, etc. So making $54,000 a year still puts you in a poverty class. I just calculated the numbers on my phone. You're more than welcome to do it yourself, but it puts you in a class of poverty. So you're more than welcome to go look at these same articles, but depending on where you live at, let's take a look at the census from last September and see what pops up. Come on. Is everybody still hearing me clearly out there? If you can, write something in the chat. I haven't seen any activity. I want to make sure you can still hear me and everything is still flowing. Okay, let's try another site. Okay, I see some ones popped up. All right. You know what? Let me just try to not use Firefox and use Chrome. Y'all give me 1 sec. Let me stop sharing. That's what it could be too. Firefox could be having issues. So. All right. So let's see. Median income. Is that something? If something wrong with Firefox, I need to check it out. So this is how much the average American makes, and here's the census right here. There we go. So in 2021, the median income was $70,784. Now, when they say household, they're referring to 2 people. I went to the same article during another stream, so I'm just going back to it again, just to show everybody how the permanent underclass can capture people that even make $70,000. If you have 2 people in a household, that's about $35,000 a piece. You're still poor. Because you have to remember, if you take in and factor in taxes, if you factor in childcare, you are part of the permanent class. If you have a skill set that is not repetitive, you are going to be part. If your skill set is repetitive, you face a high probability to be part of the permanent underclass in America. So what we're going to do, now that I know the internet is working correctly, So we're going to find something that is not really race-based and it's towards everybody. So here we go right here. Amazon and Walmart about the death of the middle class. Let me zoom in a little bit. So if y'all get the opportunity, there is a documentary on, I think it's Prime, the rise of Walmart, or I can't remember the name of it, but it talks about Walmart and how when a Walmart comes to an area, it actually causes more problems instead of creating jobs. It actually causes like your mom and pop stores to go away. So attempts by retailers like Amazon and Walmart to win over the permanent underclass. So most people are in the permanent underclass. If the numbers are still correct, it is stating that people that make under $250,000 are considered underclass, considered not underclass, considered middle class. So dollar stores, if y'all have been looking in the news lately, Dollar General has been making record profits, because you have to remember that Dollar Generals, as long as they can lay down a cement slab and put up a tin building, Dollar Generals, if you ride by them, they are mostly in very, very poor areas. You want to know if you're in an affluent area, look for Publix, Kroger, Sprouts. Yep, Christian, yep. He saw the documentary too, because it's from 2005, and it is talking about, I'm gonna go back to the Walmart thing. The mom and pop, like the hardware store. So just think about it. If you're used to being a hardware store in an area, servicing everybody for 30 years, and a Walmart pops up, instead of people driving all the way to you, they can go to Walmart to get their groceries. They can get their screws, nuts, tires. Walmart, how they're making all their money, they're making it real convenient for everything to be in one place. Think about Walmart. Just think about a Walmart too. I worked in the tire and lube in college. So think about this. You can get your oil change while you shop. You can get all the stuff for your house. You can buy TVs. You can buy baby stuff. You can buy clothes. Walmart is its own self-enclosed little place. And then they sell gas. Walmart is making it to where they don't want you to go anywhere else. So that's why Walmarts are really bad for certain areas. And there's some of the Walmarts are closing down. They have the super centers, and then they have the neighborhood markets in certain areas. Yeah, Sprouts opened up. John Miles says Sprouts opened up last summer, not far from me, and they're across the street. They're building a high-rise apartment building. Yeah, when you see Sprouts, Whole Foods, any of these health food stores, any of the vegan stores, you're going to usually see Teslas. You're going to see high-priced cars. You're going to see those high-priced, high-rise apartment buildings to where the average apartment is $2,300. You're just going to see a lot of people that make money. That's what they like to eat. And then on the poor side of town, there's either Popeye's Chicken, Church's. Church's is always in the hood. I live close to, in South Carolina, to Augusta, Georgia. And I remember you would go down Washington Road, or I can't remember, Reynolds Street. If y'all don't know about Augusta, it's the home of the Masters tournament. So in a couple of months, you'll see all these commercials with Tiger Woods and the Masters and all that. So that's the same area. But the thing is, they never show people that rough side of town, 5th Street, to where the hood is at down there. Basically what it is, churches and all that. They used to have a churches down there. So usually you'll see sometimes like a Papa John's, Church's, Popeyes, those kind of things in a poor economic area. And you'll see the red dot. Other places call it wines and spirits, and they put it like in a bougie shopping center. But in the low price areas, in the low poor areas, it's got the big red dot, and it looked like it's in a trailer. So they even spice up to where people go buy their wines and spirits from. So depending on also where you're at, I went to Arizona, you can buy the liquor out of the grocery store. So that was something new to me. I'm used to being over here in the South to where the liquor store is separate from the actual grocery store. So to go back to the Walmart and Amazon is killing a lot of stuff because I like Amazon, the Prime delivery. Dollar stores are for poor people. And I watched something too, to where you're not really getting a deal if you go to the dollar store. I'll go buy laundry detergent, or maybe if I eat chips or something, or you could buy sodas. But think about if you walk in a Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, or Dollar General, there's nothing in there healthy. If you walk in, I remember learning this, lingo from working at Wally World, Walmart. That's what people call it. The end caps have all the unhealthy food when you walk in, or they have alcohol. It just started a couple of years ago. Dollar General and not Walmart, Dollar General and Family Dollar sold alcohol. They just started doing this a couple of years ago. And they're now trying to be a one-stop shop. The one in the closest town next to me has even a conveyor belt in it for your food. So these are signs of impoverished areas because they know people, A, can't get food, B, they don't have any money. So we'll put a Dollar General here and say, this is a remote right here. They say they charge $25 for this. You're actually not getting a deal because the contents of the food, the net weight, if you pick up a bottle or anything, you'll see the ounces in the net weight. And if you read the barcode, it'll tell you the unit price, what the store paid for it, and then what you're paying for it. So the next time y'all go in the grocery store, actually look at the barcode. It'll tell you the unit price, and you'll see what the store paid for it and how they're raising the price to make a profit. So yes, that's some of the nerd coming out of me, but it's the good nerd stuff. So look at this. Retail giants have focused much of their online efforts on wealthy Americans. So they're trying to get the people in poverty now. This would be your permanent underclass. So just think about it. Why do y'all think Amazon and Walmart are getting into the medicine building? Not the medicine building, the medicine business. They're trying to ship medicines to people. I want y'all to also remember, too, a lot of the poor towns, the pharmacies are closing down, and they're having it now to where you have mail order pharmacies. Unless you're like on a Schedule 1 or 2 narcotic for something, you have to show ID. But other prescriptions, like routine medicines, they're going to send it to you in the mail. So these are signs of people that are in the lower. Yeah, look at your end caps right here. Look at this Dollar General. You see Tostitos. I don't see anything healthy. I was just talking about this, y'all, and I didn't even look at the picture. Cookies, candy. Those look like paper cups, candy, chips. And then they're going to put some Aquafina. They're like, okay, well, at least we got Aquafina. You could tell this is a Halloween. So even if it's not a holiday there, they still don't have anything really healthy up front in Dollar General. So in 2015, the household income for an Amazon Prime person was $69,000, roughly higher than $15,000. So let's do the math. 69,300 minus $15,000, $54,300. So I lived in a rural town. I don't know about y'all. Some of y'all live like in Atlanta. You could live in Columbia, Charlotte, big cities, out of state. But yeah, look at this. This is even an article from 1985 talking about the permanent underclass. And the thing I want people to realize, the permanent underclass does not discriminate. It does not care about sexual orientation. It does not care about gender. Everybody can be poor. That's one thing I don't like with the media, and I don't like with people when they're out here talking about things. Everybody can be poor. It doesn't matter what gender or race you are or religion you practice. You could be poor too. So here's an article right here from Annapolis, Maryland. Everybody now is seeing, oh, there's money to make. If y'all don't know this, poverty is a business. So if we keep people down, we can make money. So this is the guy that just became governor right here. I don't know his name, but when I saw it, to lift the permanent underclass, I can tell y'all it's going to take a prayer, a miracle, and everything to lift the permanent underclass because people have fell so far down. And we have to be honest. People were poor before the pandemic happened. Nobody got poorer. Well, I take that back. People were already poor. The pandemic, to an extent, added to it, but you already had people below the federal poverty line. Some people that were never into poverty, never above the poverty line, they did go down further. So I wanted to clarify that. They lost their job. They lost their income. Some people got sick to COVID. Some people passed. Some people's breadwinners, as you would call it, male or female, passed in the household. Some people lost their insurance. So yeah, they're trying to lift the permanent underclass. But if anybody knows about DMV, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia, it's expensive to live up there. Unless you're making about $150,000 to $200,000 plus, you can't afford to live in the DMV. So or they put around about, oh, come up here and work for the federal government because y'all know that's the biggest employer up there. Somebody making $80,000 cannot make it up in those kinds of areas up there. They're in the hood, as we would call it. They're in a bad area. They're worrying about getting shot at. So yes, there is business in poverty. Always remember that. If we don't have poor people, we can't really make money from other things because you got to keep that certain percentage down. The old cliche is wealth good in 3% or the other 97%. So they're trying to benefit with the wealth gap. So I'm going to just click on the article to show y'all how some of these articles are skewed to make people think about, oh, it could be a race thing. No, everybody's poor. Even the animals walking down the street. You notice I haven't seen like the dogs or whatnot. I have a cat that I'll see on my camera that'll be running back and forth all the time. You know, I don't really care. We had cats when we were little, so they don't really bother me. I mean, they keep the rats and stuff away, but I don't want to feed one cat because, you know, he will bring the cat, he or she will bring more than one cat with him. Then eventually I have kittens everywhere. So, but, okay, move out of the way. Let me go to something else. I hate when these ads, everything now wants you to pay for something. So this is up in New York. That's a photo. That's not working. But the overall, oh, this is from 1984. Can we afford a permanent underclass? Oh, yeah. Who benefits? Let's see how they skew this article. The other things, too, I want to show people is people can write articles to make people that are on the line of thinking to make them think one way. So I encourage everybody, always read articles. Don't ever listen to the first thing that comes out. Look at this, the race car project. Perfect example. I do not like to read articles like that. So let's see. Poverty in America. There are some documentaries too on PBS, y'all, that are really deep about poverty in America. And it was about kids and they didn't have enough food, you know, the family. So yes, so this is actually the National Poverty in America Awareness Month. Did not know that. So right here in 2022, the U.S. poverty rate is 12.8%. So let's see. Let's see who has the most poverty. You have kids here. You know, it's sad. You have kids going to school that don't have food, which to me is a terrible thing. You know, I don't have kids, but I just couldn't imagine me and a child, you know, being hungry, you know, and somebody told me that a lot of kids get their breakfast at school. They get their lunch at school and all their parents would have to worry about is dinner. So I know over here in South Carolina, when the pandemic first happened, they would have the school buses not only provide internet for the kids, they would have meals go to the kids too. So that was a bad sign already that the family was struggling. And when school shut down, the parents that were in poverty at least said, well, at least I know my kid is going to get breakfast or lunch. All I have to worry about them getting is the meal after school and dinner. And then I think, too, there are some kids, those were the only two meals they got. So I am in South Carolina. So this was from 2021 right here, child poverty rate by 2021. As we all know, there's no doubt about it. The South is the poorest region in the United States, the most uneducated, the most poor. And wherever I travel, people are like, oh, you're from South Carolina. I'm like, I'm proud to represent South Carolina. And, you know, I like to change the stigma. Like, no, not everybody from South Carolina is poor and has no teeth and drinks Mountain Dew. And if y'all don't know that, people up in North Carolina, that's why a lot of the people up in North Carolina don't have teeth. I used to drink Mountain Dew when I was younger. Mountain Dew is full of sugar. I'm not going to lie. Mountain Dew is like one of the best tasting sodas, especially the Code Red. But if you read the back of the bottle, it's like 90 grams of sugar. So you got to remember, if you're living up in the mountains of North Carolina, South Carolina, and all you do is drink Mountain Dew and you don't brush your teeth, you're going to get cavities. And eventually, instead of going to the dentist, you just pull your teeth out. So that's a fact for y'all. Not only Mountain Dew, any soda, but Mountain Dew has like, I'm going to say when you read the back of, I know a Coke is 55, but Mountain Dew, when I pick it up in the store, I don't drink sodas like that. It would have 70, 80 grams of sugar. So yeah, that's one of the things too. And the Dollar Generals and the poor stores, nothing but Hawaiian Punch, which is bad for you. Sodas are bad for you. I mean, one soda, if you drink a soda once a month or every other month, it can't kill you. I'm talking about people that just drink sodas consistently. That's all they drink. All the high fructose corn syrup and everything. So yeah, on this map, poverty is in the South. You can look and see over here in the Midwest, people are not that poor, but these are the poor states. I know my state was here. South Carolina, Kentucky. I clicked on South Carolina. Yeah. Let me zoom in so y'all can see this. Yeah. So right here, child poverty. These states had the highest child poverty rates right here. I know these states were going to have it. Yeah, New Mexico too is a poor state too. So all of the northern states, they have it, but not like down here. The Mason-Dixon is somewhere right here, the Mason-Dixon line. And West Virginia, Ohio, they have a bad drug problem. They had bad drug problems. So the South, where I'm from and where I still reside, has very, very high child poverty. And child poverty comes from the parents not having an education. Education leads to being part of the permanent underclass, which are things we're trying to help people avoid. Y'all hear me stress about trying to have kids get a good education. Don't have kids unless you can afford it. But if you happen to have children, you at least try to say, hey, I need to go to a technical school. I need to go to school online. The days of doing manual labor are very, very old. And the repetition jobs of just doing A, B, 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 they're not paying people to do that anymore. They automate those things. So what I do is try to educate people on how technology is going to eliminate jobs. Just think about this. The next time you go in a grocery store, you don't see that many people bagging groceries. They have maybe 2 or 3 kids, or they'll have male or females. The cashiers, they'll swap out. They'll be bagging groceries. They don't, how a grocery store used to just have people. I went to Home Depot today to buy something. I went straight to the self-checkout line. I could be a catalyst for creating them for automation, but one of the things that I like to do is get in and out the store, but I do know people need jobs, but they had one person measuring that. They had one person over there by the counter. So poverty is a very serious issue. And right here, they're talking about California. We know they have bad poverty over there. I think I clicked on the wrong article. Let's see. By the way, Wikipedia is not a good source. The price of poverty, what it means to be poor, NPR. So, when I do travel, I do see the disgust on people's face. People are poor, people are struggling, and I do know it. So in 2020, more than 37 million Americans lived in poverty. 3.3 more million people in 2019. I'm pretty sure the numbers from 2022 are going to be released. And what I want people to also remember is, oh yeah, Albertsons. I heard it, and one of the clerks was complaining that her hours were cut. Yeah, I've heard of Albertsons before. And I think Kroger is like the biggest grocery store chain in the United States because they bought a bunch of stores. So it used to be what somebody could do. Somebody could at least work 33 hours by 33 hours by the labor laws is considered full time. You would have somebody work at a grocery store and then they would go find another job. You can't do that anymore because they don't need everybody to do all the jobs. Just think about it. If you were getting $8.50 an hour, I like to pull out and make sure I'm accurate. So let's say you work 25 hours at the grocery store times $8.50. That was $212.05, 212.5. You still have 15 more hours. So what somebody else will go do, they will work there and they will go wait tables on the weekend. I don't know if people know this or not, but a waitress or a waiter, depending on where they're waiting at, they can make $1,000 a night in tips, depending on the town you live in, depending on the area. And it is very easy, male or female. They can make $1,000+ a night in tips because they only get $2.15. I think it's $2 an hour. Let's see, waitresses, waiter. The law is like $2 waiter minimum wage because they still get to pay. They still have to get paid. Let's see, that's not, yeah, minimum cash wage. Yeah, so it's $2.13. So if somebody's a waiter or waitress, they still get $2.13 an hour, but they don't have to report their tips. Y'all quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's working now from the people I talk to. To be honest, I think that's really crappy to not pay people more than $2.13 an hour. But hey, I'm not in a position yet to make changes. But yes, if you live in a big area, Atlanta, LA, Texas, Florida, you do 10 tables. Just think about it. If you wait 11 tables in 2 or 3 hours and you get an average, let's see how somebody can do this. If somebody waits 30 tables in a night, which is very possible, and they get $30 in tips, 30 tables times $30, that's $900. The math adds right up right there. So that's what people used to do. But with the pandemic and technology, apps you order, they don't need waiters or waitresses. I've talked to many people. A lot of people don't even like to go into restaurants. They like to pick it up to go. Olive Garden, if you're a fan of Red Lobster or any of these other restaurants, this is what they do. You order on the app, they'll take some off, and that's it. So we have more than back in where's that, y'all? Sorry. Back in 2019, they had 3.3 more million people than in 2019. So in 2020, I'm going to do some more research. And when I do another stream, I'll find out what the number is for 21 and 22. And y'all, we haven't even factored in the people that are about to be homeless from foreclosures. I'm not a real estate agent, but I know we're about to have very, very serious problems. So regardless of what people tell you, a lot of people are about to lose their houses because they did not pay their mortgage. Let's see news. And right here, 1 week foreclosure rates. These things will tell you anything. Y'all, like I know, probably know people that did not pay their bills. Let's see, foreclosure rates mean. So the filings reported there were 324,237 properties in the U.S. That was last year. 115% increase compared to 2021. Yep. Of those lenders repossessed 42,857 properties. It increased to 67%. As the old saying goes, you're going to pay the piper. And a lot of people are going to pay the piper. There's a good chance they're going to be homeless. I know up in Raleigh the other week, I'll go to the article, but this contributes to being part of the permanent underclass. We are still in a high inflation. We are still in a recession. We were already in a recession. And I mean, people, yes, this was doubles annually. Let's see if this is talking about the same stuff. They're saying still below pre-pandemic levels. I'm thinking, y'all, we're not going to see the real repercussions of this stuff until about a year or two from now. Y'all, just like I know the people out there in YouTube land, y'all know people that bought stuff they couldn't afford. Car repos at an all-time high. So this was in December, Kelley Blue Book. This was just about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Car repossessions on the rise. What happened? People, oh man, I have an ad blocker on. I'm telling you, you can't read anything these days. Okay, here we go, right here. Hopefully NBC let me view their site. Yeah, car repos are on the rise. So the next time people tell y'all stuff ain't as bad, you go to articles like this from December. Repossession. Oh, God, come on. Come on. This is why y'all wanted to use Mozilla, because I don't have like the ad block. I don't like all those pop-ups popping up on my screen. So let's just look at last July. Y'all saw the article December. This was July. Anyways. Oh, crap. So next time I do the stream, I'll make sure Firefox is working. But as y'all can see by the articles I clicked on, car repossessions starting in December were already on the rise. Let's just try another article that doesn't have all this stuff on it. Yeah, look at the delinquency rates right here. Yep, subprime borrowers. I think yeah, the AI is taking over the computer. Yeah, I got some new stuff on it. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I have that fixed. But y'all look at the new car prices. This was July 2020. Just look at this. Used cars. And I tell y'all the story. I went to the Honda place and they were servicing my car. And I said, man, nobody's gonna buy these cars. Nobody. And if y'all seen Carvana, they can't sell cars right now. Carvana is having a very, very tough time just selling cars, period. This contributes to the focus of this discussion, the permanent underclass. There are so many people, y'all know, and I know I stated this earlier, that bought stuff they could not afford to look all like they had it together. The piper is coming and you got to pay. The average car payment, y'all, is $1,000. Look at the auto loan delinquency rates. Look at this. This is 2022. Y'all see that? Y'all see the number? Let me zoom in so y'all can see more. Oops. I want y'all to take a look at that graph. Look at that. And people telling me we're living in a world right now to where stuff is going great. Look to me, numbers are these rates are going to get even worse. So usually what's the sign of bad stuff to come? Car repossessions are on the rise, foreclosures, and companies are already cutting jobs. So too, I saw where Microsoft cut jobs. I saw where Google cut jobs. Y'all have to remember, some of those people have been making $180,000 for like the last 7 to 8 years. And they bought $250,000 worth of stuff every year. They just overspent. You have a lot of white collar people that are about to be part of the permanent underclass because A, they didn't save money. B, they bought stuff they couldn't afford. My rule of when I buy stuff, if one paycheck does not buy it, I do not buy it. I don't recommend anybody do that. So this is how this works right here. So let's see. Okay, wrong. Let me go to something else. People, jobs, laws, jobs, let's go to automation and poverty. Yeah. So this is how algorithms punish the poor. Let's see. Let's take a look at this article from MIT. Job replacing tech has directly driven the income gap since the 1980s. I've talked about that article, y'all, that I found when I was doing my research from 1982 about them automating stuff. But yes, so automation can drive inequality. The reason I say it drives inequality, and the reason too why I feel that way, it makes people that don't have a skill set even poorer, and it makes the people that have a skill set, they can make more money. Just think about if you have a transferable skill set, you have the ability to make more money because you are educated in a blue collar or white collar skill. So just like right here, since 1987, it has taken away jobs from lower skilled workers without replacing them with the equivalent number of job marketing opportunities. So this is why I stress to people, talk to your family members, talk to yourself. Excuse me. Remember, you need to have a skill set. We are going into a time to where they're going to automate things even faster. They're not going to care. You have people out here politicking, and they want the progressives, the lobbyists, to get out here and say, well, they need to get higher wages. And what are they going to do? This is let's say this. This is the equation. If you only have done a manual labor job, how can we get you to go back to school to learn about how a robot or programming works? Just think about it. If somebody's mindset has been the same way for 15 years, how can we get them to do something better? People are not going to just freely go to school. Think about it. If you're 45 years old, do you know how hard it is to go to school? I answered that question. I answered some of the comments when I get close to the end. I see your comment. And this is, it's going to create inequality. The fourth industrial revolution we're in is going to create inequality. But one of the things I don't like too about the media or articles, they will say automation would focus more on women, minorities, and people. The reason I deemed it in my research, yes, it's going to eliminate more jobs for women and minorities because of education, and we work administrative jobs. But if you look at all of the articles, they're telling you automation is racist. Everybody is going to be affected by it. It's just women and minorities are going to get hit hardest the first. Nah, that's not the right way to say it. The women and minorities are going to get hit hard first. Everybody else is going to feel this too. There is nobody that's going to go unscathed from automation. I don't want people to sit here and make those lies up. Oh, they may be this race or gender. No, they're going to feel this too. Nobody is not going to go unscathed from this. It's going to affect everybody. It's just going to get to some groups first. It's going to get to the South first because we do manufacturing. It's going to go all over the United States. You're going to notice this even when you travel. Remember, if y'all don't remember, Erica said when they went to Las Vegas, they had the automation stuff pouring drinks or something. I remember her saying when we did a stream. Even on the cruise ships, they have the automated bartender. I've never been on a cruise ship. Let's say automated bartender on cruise ship. Automated, y'all got to automated bartender. Let's see. Yes. Let's see. Yep, this is it right here. For those of y'all that travel on cruise ships and stuff, or take cruises and stuff, this is it. This is Mike who probably make you drink. You got to think about it. Look at this picture. If you go on a cruise ship, I'm gonna be honest. If you go on vacation, you don't care if it's 8 o'clock in the morning. You're going on vacation. If you want a drink, you're gonna have a drink. But just look at this. Think about it. The bartender got to go take a break because they can't stand on their feet all night. This robot right here can make all the drinks you want. And all you got to do is put in what you want. The robot right here can do everything. They're going to have tech support on the ship. That's it. So, yeah, I can see this coming to other bars. Eventually, this is going to become mainstream. So I think they call a bartender, I think it'll be a mixologist. I think that's what they call them. But yeah. So, yeah. I can see this is going to be big in Las Vegas. So if y'all ever go to Las Vegas, yep. And this is from 2017. Tipsy's automated robots. Bartenders are riveting. Yep. This is 6 years ago. Y'all look at this. And all they got to do is kind of like an RFID scanner. All somebody got to do is if it runs out, I'm not going to play the audio stuff because I don't want copyrights and stuff, but you could take a look at it. All they're going to do, the bottle, when it gets to a certain, when it gets empty, it has a sensor and it sends an email or let somebody know, hey, it's empty. All they're going to do, say, oh, give us 1 second. Bam, put a X down and they'll change the bottle out. Yep. I see Sean Cox's comment. That's pretty interesting. I'm gonna definitely cover that. That's interesting. So yeah, This, being a bartender used to be a job to where if you were an attractive man or woman, you could flirt with people and get tips. A company will put this in now. Yep. So permanent underclass, simple task workers. I released something on Instagram. If y'all go on my Instagram, y'all will see where I put out I released a video just now on my reel, King of Automation, talking about 5 jobs and what skills you're going to have and what you got to do. So yeah, I'm going to continue to release reels like that. So this is part of jobs that are part of the permanent underclass. These are people. We all know this is the International Monetary Fund, how artificial intelligence is going to widen the gap between rich and poor nations. China and Japan go even make more money while the U.S. falls further behind. I don't know why the United States does not get up on top of this kind of stuff, on my glasses, and really try to retrain its people. Because you'll hear politicians, we had a presidential election in we had a presidential election in 2024 November. You're going to hear them say, we're going to bring back jobs. I said this when I did my article with Georgia Public Broadcasting. They're going to bring back jobs for people with a specialized skill set. Everybody is not going to be able to get a job. I hate to say it, but it's true. Unless you have a specialized skill set like in advanced manufacturing, you're good at being technical and analytical or analyzing stuff, you're not going to have a job in the future. And that leads to you being part of the permanent class. So that is pretty much what I wanted to cover on that. The permanent underclass of people is here. It's going to get worse. The other articles I did talking about the useless people, all this is here. So I just want people to realize what is happening and how the world is just going forward. Again, I hate to say it, but useless people. Like you'll go to the meeting, and you'll just see useless people. And there are going to be more and more useless people part of the permanent class. I said it before, I was part of the useless class when I was younger. Just think about when you were a kid and you didn't know what you want to do. You were useless. You're not contributing to society, moving it forward. Yep. We just have useless people everywhere. So it's nothing to say against anybody, but this is real life. And I think in society, and I'm pretty confident in life now, we have to stop lying to people and let people know you can't be useless. You're going to be poor. So last thing. Oops. Oops, typed it wrong. So let me look at the federal poverty line. See, you've come from a reputable source. That's not reputable. Okay. Let's see. That's for states. I want to look for the whole United States. Okay, it is right. Okay, for the 48 contiguous states. That means if you have 2 people, that means if you live by yourself and you're bringing in less than, that's 1,000. 12 times 12 is 14. 12 times 12 is, y'all excuse my math tonight. 1,200 times 12. Yeah, that is right. 14. So that's about $1,200 a month. That is about what a teenager makes working part-time someplace. And if you're an adult making that kind of money, if there's 4 people in a house, and I hate to say this, y'all, you do have 4 people in a house with $30,000 or less in a household. That's what they're making. So if the household brings in this yearly, this is poverty. And this is the 48. This is updated. This is from the planning and evaluation. So this is a reputable source. Human and Health Services. Depending on your state, it could be different, but this is for all 48 states besides Hawaii and Alaska. You know, right here they have Alaska and Hawaii because they're not connected to the United States. Well, you can't drive to them. My bad, you can drive to Alaska. But let's see. I mean, Hawaii and Puerto Rico. They don't have Puerto Rico or anything listed. But I just want people to think about that. That's about $1,200 a month. You can't feed people off that. So this is the kinds of stuff we are up against. And this is very serious. So if you're out there again, get your skill sets up, retrain, go to a technical school. I'm gonna do videos and release stuff on the skills in demand and streams. But people, we have to stop playing. You can't party. A perfect example now is the Super Bowl is the second week in February. You're gonna have people spending buttloads of money to sit at home for 4 hours and not play and watch the Super Bowl, and they're broke. How many of y'all know people that gonna rent TVs, have all these people over at their house that they don't like, that don't like them? Y'all probably have done it yourself, and you're like, man, I'm never doing that again. Just think about it. It's not worth it. It's a lot of money going down the drain, and most people got to go to work the next day. But we're going to have stuff like that. Then you're going to have Valentine's Day. You have people spend all these money on men and women. They can't afford to spend all this money. Somebody right now trying to see where they're going to take their boo to, their bae, their girlfriend or boyfriend. I mean, seriously. You got people worrying more about that. And this video here wouldn't get many views because it's talking about poverty, poor people, and some people will feel offended saying, how you gonna call me poor? I'm like, if you're 30-something years old, I would expect a teenager to be making that. A teenager making that they don't have a skill set. That's fine, but you can't be a grown adult. You can't be over 30 years old making that kind of money. This is what I tell people. When you're 20 years old, people count it as being an idiot. They count it as making mistakes. When you get 25, people are like, okay, they're still trying to find their way. When you get about 30, people are going to say, you don't know what you're doing. It's not errors anymore. It's called being idiotic. It's called repetitiveness. You need to change what you're going to do. When you get to my age at 38 or you're 35, people write you off. So you're only given a little bit of time to make mistakes. And people don't understand it. They're like, oh, man, I could get my life together. You can't get your life together. How are you going to get your life together when you don't even have a skill set? This goes for males and females. This is just not for one gender or one race. This is for everybody, regardless of what religion or whatever you want to claim. This is very, very real. So people, get it together. Groceries are going to go up. Gas is slowly going back up. And I want everybody to remember, we're about to enter in an election season. So gas is about to go back high. For everybody that want to have the hot girls and the hot boy summers, it's about to get real out here. It was real 2020. Oh, yeah, that is a good thing. Y'all hit the like button. I forgot to ask people, hit the like button before you go. I'll list all of my information and you'll be able to see my stuff. But yeah, y'all, please take this very serious. There are a lot of videos on YouTube. I see people talking about nothing. We are in very, very desperate times right now. And for those of you out there that are blessed, to have it, please protect it. Make sure you're doing the best stuff with it. Try to encourage other folks. If people don't want to listen to you in 2023, it's about time to write them off, even if it's your own family members, because people will try to take from you. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you it's never happened to me, but I could tell you we're going to get into the survival of the fittest, and it's going to get real out here. It's going to get real because the people that prepared and the people that are strategically moving are going to make it. America is for sale right now. You can start a trash truck business and be a millionaire. There are several things you can start. I mean jobs, I mean occupations and stuff that actually benefit society. None of this other foolishness you see out here. You have to create something that provides a service to people, because if the pandemic happens again, or pandemic 2.0 happens again, will your service be needed? Everybody just take a deep look at yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and see, hey, do I need to change my skill set? So, yeah. So that is it. That is my last stuff. Let me go through some comments before we get up out of here. I appreciate who's watching and new subscribers. I appreciate the new subscribers on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and subscribing to the YouTube channel. Yep, I saw the documentary. Thank you, Aaliyah. Thank you, Self-Made, Michelle, Christian, Aaliyah, Jock. Yep, he talked about the sprouts. Aaliyah, capitalism is very big. 20 to 30%. Got to remember what that comment's about. Yeah, the Albertsons have talked about that. Yeah, tax season is around the corner. Everybody's about to blow all their money and get their money right back to Uncle Sam. Because I saw with the IRS, they had not accepting returns yet, and some people did not get sent. Some people overpaid. So get ready to see the new paper tags and people buying stuff they can't afford. Yes, the AI is taking over your computer. My computer, y'all. Sorry, I had a long day. Possibly. Should I learn Salesforce consulting or cybersecurity? I would learn a little bit of both. Salesforce is laying people off. So you really want to make sure. I don't know if they're going to ever hire back their amounts of staff that they had. Cybersecurity is facing an uphill battle with artificial intelligence and machine learning. Cybersecurity is already over pat, y'all. I know people that already have certs and can't even get a job. So I advise people to look into machine learning, industry 4.0, manufacturing, look into something besides the cybersecurity, because there's already too many people there, and they're going to try to find out ways to use technology to replace people. Yes, Sean Cox wrote, I could just put the comment up. You know what, that would have been better. Sorry, y'all, about the other ones. I had a friend that told me in the drugstore that she went and had a robot dispensing medicine in the back while the pharmacist. I'm very confident that's happening. Yep. Y'all have to remember, just like they have a shortage of nurses, they have a shortage of pharmacy techs for people to fill prescriptions. That means if they have a robot in a drugstore, that run robot and that pharmacist can fill all the prescriptions. So that is very, very, yeah. Everything but a dream says, hope my schoolwork as an accountant. No, your work as an accountant won't be worthless. You just need to learn more about how technical and analytical stuff works. I'm guaranteeing you it will not be worthless. You will definitely be needed. Let's see. And I'm gonna put my calendar event thing in there. Let's roll all UBI, so it'll all roll out. No, I talked about that. I don't think they're going to pay people to sit at home if you lose your job due to automation. We have to remember, if there are not people working, who are they going to tax? That's what we all have to remember. Yeah. And the book that helped, Aaliyah said, the book Defining Days helped me. Yep. Do what you do in your 20s. Y'all get the likes up. Dwarfism was sorted out. Journey to Jasmine is not bad. It's not worse. Now everyone should say, because they won't take the slides. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to keep going with the information and let people know. Yeah. When are you going to do the video on what skills we should be looking to get? That is going to be coming, or I might even do a live stream for that. I might do a live stream. That might even be better. So that way we can look through it together. That might be the next video. This is crazy. This crazy. The iRobot is here. Yep, they already have the iRobot that cleans your house and sweeps up and everything. So that's just one form of it. And understood. So I appreciate everybody joining. I am going to stop sharing. I'm going to put my calendar information in the chat if you want to book a consultation with me, and I will. It's in the chat for y'all. So, and then I will share my screen again, so you can see that's my calendar right here. And I will show y'all my Instagram. So this is my Instagram page right here, King of Automation. This is the video I just released. So if you want to go over there, It talks about, might lag. So this is what I just released about the jobs that are going to go away. So feel free, go to my Instagram page. And this is my LinkedIn. How you find me on LinkedIn? You click on Dr. Patrick Dix. You could search for me. I'm very, very active on LinkedIn. I zoomed in so y'all could see it. And if you want to book a consultation with me on LinkedIn, you can click there, but reach out to me. And lastly, subscribe to the YouTube channel because I post shorts and I'm going to do lives. And yeah, this is my channel right here. So these are many of the videos that I've already released. These are some things. So we have more coming. These are some shorts. And this is the live that I'm doing right now. So yeah, my SQL. Will that be big in demand? I can't give you a name, a defined answer on that. I would have to do a little bit more research, before I talk about that. So one of my videos coming up might be, probably will be what should you retrain in? I think that will probably be the best way to learn about what skills you can do, because there are just so many skills. And I don't think a 5-minute video can cover it, but that probably would be a good live stream. That way you can watch it and watch it. So, and lastly, what do you think of Chat GPT? I think it's going to be very, 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 very life altering. Some of the schools I teach for, they already sent us emails about it. I have to learn more about it. But when you have a actual software that can write stuff for you, that's pretty dangerous. Yeah. So I appreciate everybody watching the video. Like the video, subscribe to the page. Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Instagram. I will see y'all for the next one. And I appreciate everybody attending, and have yourself a great evening and great night. Peace.